up, everybody? It's Koichi's, and we're doing another pro game commentary here of a match on EUS once again, about a 2100 elo range, and looks like we could have a pretty good one. We've got top lane Lee Sin versus a Darius. We'll see who wins that one. Darius, one of those champions that can snowball extremely well if he gets ahead in the lane and just completely demolishes most melee top laners. As you can see, he's already doing quite a bit of work to this Lee Sin. Is he gonna get a first blood? It's gonna be very close. Can he get the cube? There it is, first blood. He just had to wait for that cooldown to pop back up. And this is gonna be interesting because it's actually a mid Wukong, and I would not have expected this one here. I'm not sure exactly what happened with picking, if this was intended. Oh my god, nice bandage toss from that Amumu. Forces out the flash from the Ahri. So again, mid Wukong, probably not something I would want to pick versus an Ahri, but maybe the Darius chose his champion at the same time. Maybe they both locked in at the same time. I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons for that, but we'll see how it actually works out for him as the game gets going. Bottom lane, we got Miss Fortune and Nunu. I have a feeling that Nunu was taken in order to remove the Nunu from a Caitlyn Nunu lane, so perhaps Caitlyn picked first, and then the Nunu grabbed himself that support, so that they would not have that extremely powerful combination. And at the same time, it could have been the other way around too. It could have been like Taric chose this to get Taric away from Miss Fortune. So who knows? Both. It seems like if you swap the supports, both of these lanes have their ideal support, but now it's kind of swapped out a little bit differently. We'll see how it works out for them though. Pretty interesting overall. Malphite going in for the gank, wasn't successful with that. He is spotted with a ward, so Ronan is able to back off, no problem. Amumu wants to gank this lane here. Looks like they had a ward and it just now expired. He will be roaming down to the mid lane and potentially going to be grabbing his race if they do come up. They're not up yet, so he's going to walk in here, try and do a little bit of damage to the Wukong. He's not level 6 yet, so he can't actually do some crazy ultimate stuff. Malphite has okay ganks, they're not the best. He doesn't do a lot of damage until he's level 6. But he can get in there and he can slow people down just a bit from a decent amount of range as well. Alright, so far there's not a lot of action this particular game because we don't have any, you know, until level 6 the ganks are not going to be too damn legendary. But there's the flash into a stun. Q misses from Caitlyn. She uses her shield to keep herself alive. So overall, nothing successful there, but it will force Miss Fortune to go back. We'll speed this up as we do have a gank coming in. Red buff on the Malphite up top lane. They could be successful with this if it's played correctly. Jolicious just waiting for the right moment to strike. If he can land a nice Q on a Ronin and do some damage, he should be in a good position. They really want to gank this before he hits 6. But I don't think he's going to hit that just yet. Jolicious taking quite a bit of damage. He can't actually tank anything else from Ronin or he will go down. Ronin's too close to the turret for anything to happen. In fact, Jolicious took more damage from that gank than Ronin did. And that's just because all he has to do is walk up and hit 1 Q and boom, your health is gone. So Lee Sin having a lot of trouble here against this Darius, as expected, as he is just one of those champions, man. You really just have a hard time against this guy if you are a melee champion. So let's speed this bad boy back up until we see potentially ganks coming in. Bottom lane is heading back after they had shoved that lane, forced Miss Fortune back. They went back to buy themselves. Top lane is actually keeping even on farm, so Lee Sin isn't falling too far behind. In fact, he's probably going to get ahead after this creep wave, as long as he doesn't lose too much to the turret. But Ronin's going to force him back. He's not going to allow him to actually farm that. So now that he's level 6, he can pretty much just dive him. So Lee Sin, unfortunately, not going to get any of this farm. That really sucks. So he has to kind of back off just a bit until it's safe. Now that his creep wave is here, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to do so. I'm just trying to keep an eye on this because this guy could get dove at any point and go down very quickly. So he missed most of that farm, and so Ronin did a great job of not allowing Jolicious to farm at his turret there. Otherwise, he would have been behind like by 10 CS at that point. Amumu and Wukong going to be roaming around a little bit. They might actually be able to steal this blue buff if they are quick enough about it, but Warray and Morden, I guess? Warray and Morden are both there. So they might actually do a gank on bottom lane instead while they are doing that. But they have got to be careful because they're both there, so they can easily come down here and make something happen. There is the damage. Wukong ultimate does enough to take down Caitlyn before anyone is able to get in range to make anything happen. Now Amumu has to get out of there, because if they actually see that coming... Oh, can he smite this for the steal? He actually smites it! Oh my god! So they get the kill on the bottom lane. He smites, steals the blue buff, but he is probably going to go down there. Warray using his ultimate to pick up that kill with the last amount of the mana that he has. Now he's got a blue buff, so that's going to help him regenerate. Farfang going to put himself in a bad situation. He came around to try and help that out, and Horny Yordle is able to grab the kill. So overall, pretty interesting action happening there on the bottom lane. Let's just speed this back up until the lanes get back into place. We have Caitlyn coming back. She is by herself right now. She has to be kind of careful. They don't have any stuns in this lane, but they can still do quite a bit of damage if she gets caught out. Top lane, going to be duking it out once again. Lee Sin is now shoving a bit, so he could potentially get ganked if Amumu comes up there. Amumu going to be trying to get this blue buff either for himself or for the... It looks like he is going to go ahead and give it to the Wukong. I don't know if Wukong really even needs blue that much as a mid laner, but you know, just because I've never really played him that much. I'm sure he's fine without a blue, to be honest. It'd probably be better off on Amumu just for the you know, cooldown reduction. But at the same time, he's going to be against a pretty hard lane, so he probably needs to be able to spam all of his abilities as much as possible in order to win that lane there mid. Ronan taking a lot of damage and getting in a position where he might be able to take down Lee Sin. He probably would have been able to kill him if Lee Sin didn't kick him backwards like that, especially with Amumu coming in. If Amumu was there just a little bit sooner, then he might have been able to actually flash in there and get the kill onto the Lee Sin. Of course, his flash is down, so I guess that actually would not have been a possibility. He would have had to just walk into range, actually. Wards coming in from Warray. Oh my goodness. Using that charm to try and slow down Spalding a bit, but the Wukong was not in position to actually follow up on that stun that he had landed. And it was a nice stun too. So if Wukong was in position, he might have had a chance to force out an ultimate from Ahri. I don't know if he would have gotten the kill, it would have been close. But this Amumu did have his ultimate. I don't know, he might have been able to get the kill. Alright, here we go. There is a ward right here. Wukong is going to be spotted, so they're going to play it safe. And she's going to put a trap right there, not allow him to walk right around the corner to try and pick up a kill. He still wants to stick around. I don't know if he realizes that there's a ward there. I mean, he probably doesn't realize there's a ward there, to be honest. So they're just going to play it safe. They're not going to do anything crazy right now. And that is a great placement of that Caitlyn trap, to be honest. I'm just going to keep my eye on this. There is a gank coming up top lane, it looks like, as well. Malphite tries to get in there, and he is level 6, so he's ready for his ultimate. If this Darius pushes in too far, he is going to get smacked right in the face with an unstoppable force. Wukong finally backing off and going to go... He's seen once again by the ward, so they still know he's there. He's not being sneaky at all. He's just wasting a lot of time. Ronan now getting ganked finally. Amumu goes down mid lane at the same time. So much action happening everywhere. So Amumu was trying to hold mid while Wukong was roaming, and in fact just paid the price for that. And Wukong wasted so much time, gonna lose so much farm in fact. And as much as he lost, it's actually not really that far behind. He probably would have just been ahead actually of Ahri, but instead Ahri just got a little bit ahead, especially after that kill on Amumu. That's pretty good for her. And they were able to kill the Darius. So good job by the Malphite to stick around there and make that happen. He is going to be coming around here onto the mid lane. I don't think he can do much. He doesn't have his ulti, so yeah, he's actually going to head right back into his own jungle and keep on farming. And let's take a look at bottom and see how they are doing here at this point in time. Caitlyn is just a little bit behind Miss Fortune on CS, and there is the full-on engage. Ultimate comes out, Tyrese. It's going to get a little bit of damage. Exhaust going onto the Taric to try and slow him down. And can the ulti pick up the kill? He flashes right out of it, and he's going to be good to go. Man, that Miss Fortune ultimate can do so much work if she gets the full duration off on somebody. As soon as you hit level 6, it does about 50 to 75% of your health as an AD carry. Legendary hero gonna go down. Nothing she can do there. Exhaust comes in. Horny Yordle came around from behind, so there was nowhere for her to run, and he even took down the Taric. So that's 2 kills on the bottom lane, and they should be able to take down this turret now with Miss Fortune and Nu using that massive amount of attack speed that they both get. She has her own attack speed buff plus his Empower, or whatever it's called, his Blood Boil. That's going to make it really easy to take that turret. Instead of taking the turret, they actually allow the turret to clean up all of the creeps, but Morden comes in there to actually clean them up himself. He's not going to let all of them go to waste. Now with Ronan pushing once again, Ahri is able to roam, and then she is just going to make it impossible for him to have full control of that lane. And that is what you have to do against a Darius. I mean, he can completely control the lane, but if he's going to be shoving and being a complete bruiser to your lane opponent, you know, Lee Sin is super strong. It's just, I mean, maybe he can't take him one-on-one, but if you just roam up there and gank him a few times, that's going to shut him down and not allow him to snowball like he wants to. He still is ahead on farm of the Lee Sin, but allows Lee Sin to get that kill, and he should be able to at least stay in the game, at least even with him, so that he'll be stronger as they jump into some team fights. Let's speed this back up here a bit. We've got blue buff coming in for Ahri. She doesn't have one yet. She's going to shove that out as much as you can and then head over in this direction, pick up that blue buff. Thank you, Malphite. Wards in the tri-buff, or tri-bush for both teams. And a gank goes in. There's the ultimate from the Amumu. Will it be enough to finish off Warray? And there it is. One last Q will clean up the kill. Morden tried to get in range for an ulti, but he wasn't able to get there in that spot or not. And there's no way he can kill this Amumu right now. He's too tanky. Well, actually, he's not tanky. He's only got a Philistone and a Sword Boots. So he's going for a bit of damage and perhaps a bit of late game as well. That's probably why he died earlier too. He was just so squishy. Whereas the Malphite, on the other hand, is getting tanky. He's got Giant Spell, even has Boots of Mobility, so he can have those big ganks coming in. Jalicious got ignited, but he backed off, so he is so far safe. He needs to be careful. He doesn't want to get pulled in and allow Ronan to start stacking up those ultimate. Bottom lane is putting a lot of pressure onto Caitlyn and Taric here. Let's see if they can actually survive. If they get roamed onto, they'll probably die once again at the turret because it's going to be hard for them to stay alive. But there is a little bit of catching here. Morden gets caught by 3 people flashing out and is going to allow himself to escape. So, wow, nicely done there. Nicely done flash, I should say. Oh, and let's back off. At the same time that was happening, looks like they did go ahead and engage. We had Ahri roam down, and she's going to use her ulti to just jump right in there, make something happen. Stun goes in, exhausted. Leap Lion knows he can't escape, so he tries to do a bit of damage to the Caitlyn to take her down, just doesn't have enough to finish it off. And Tyrese is going to be fine because looks like Ahri's ultimate's charges are now used up. Jalicious wants to steal his blue buff, but he does walk past the ward, so he's going to be in trouble if Ronan comes up here and jumps onto him. He is going to be fine. He uses his ward to leap away safely. Horny Yordle going to come in here, take his own blue buff. He's going to be good to go. He is warded, but it doesn't matter. No one can actually stop him from taking that. And now Legendary Hero and Farfane are going to be free to just poke down this turret until that Misfortune gets back. But he has to be a little bit careful. He needs to get out of this lane before that Misfortune gets back, because he's not going to have any mana, and he has half HP. Of course, he knows this already. They have a ward there. They know that they're going back. Misfortune is probably going to shove this lane in really hard whenever she gets to the lane in hopes of actually taking it out. In fact, looks like Tyrese is holding the lane for her for now so that she doesn't lose any farm, and that's a great job by the support helping him out. Let's speed the game up just a bit until the lanes are back into place. We're going to hold the lane until Wukong can return. So we're seeing some great support from both the junglers and the support. Lots of roaming happen in this game as well, making some good plays overall. He's actually using his clone to farm those last 2 creeps, as you just noticed. So the Wukong was able to pick up the kill by using the extra damage from those. He is maxing his Nimbus first, Crushing Blow second, in case you were wondering. That allows him to farm a little bit easier in the lane, and that's kind of what I expected to see. Leaf Lion took the stun to the face from Farfane, trying to turn around and do a little bit of damage and return. Tyrese is seen, so they are now aware of the ward in that bush, if they weren't already, which I'm sure they were, but here we go. A little bit of roam comes in as Morden gets there, and all he has to do is get into position. With Leaf Lion so close, there's the stun, and Morden not in range to actually ultimate over the wall, but he will just walk right around, lands his ultimate on both people, takes down Leaf Lion, but with Horny Yordle around there, can he pick up a kill? It's going to be really close, but they do both. Oh, he actually gets a double kill. Taric dies, and Misfortune went down as well. So did Caitlyn. Everyone's dying in this situation. Warbraid has actually roamed also. Now with her ultimate back up, she's going to be able to pick up a kill on Immortal with one last auto attack. Oh no! Will, there it is. Tyrese throwing out a snowball to pick it up. Horny Ural trying to escape, but oh, just barely escaped. Can she get in range? No! Holy crap, that was less than 15 HP that he got away with. That is crazy. Joelicious dodging out of that Q with some sneaky Lee Sin play. Still shoved into this turret. He's actually going to lose his turret very soon. And Ronin's going to be pretty tanky. He actually built for a little bit of damage. He wanted to have that control with that damage. There's the pull in. I doubt he's going to continue to shove in on Joelicious. He needs to get just a little bit more poke. But now if he gets a full combo off next time and he has a Ignite up, which he does, then he will probably be able to get that kill with his ultimate on the next one. So all he has to do is grab Lee Sin one more time, and Lee Sin will probably go down. As Lee Sin has no more health potions right now, he's gonna have to run into his jungle and clean that up. And that is the good thing about Lee Sin being on purple side against a harder lane opponent, is that he can get behind, but he's gonna be able to farm those small golems, which helps him stay in the game quite a bit. And you'll notice that he's not really too far behind still. Wukong trying to sit here and steal this, potentially, but not going to be able to do so. It would have been dangerous for him to try and jump hard. In fact, he didn't even have a ward in the first place, so. Amumu is going to come in for the gank. Will he be able to make it happen? And no, the flash, but he does have his ulti ready to go, and boom! Dumped by Ronin, and the turret is going to fall. So nice job by Amumu. He misses his banish toss, so he's like, screw it, I'll just walk up and use my ulti. Alright, and bottom lane still getting shoved in. Caitlyn using that range to really be powerful in this situation. And if they do decide to engage, Taric still has the disengage with his stun. So overall, the Caitlyn lane dominance is working out great for them. Usually Miss Fortune is a stronger early game, but Nunu is more meant for these long-range poking champions like Caitlyn. Again, like I said, I mean, these supports really should be swapped for optimal lane dominance. Here we go. There is Warray coming in, trying to get the kill. Two very low HP champions, both getting away. She's got to be very sad about that one. I know I hate it when people get away with no HP. Watching bottom lane once again. Pink Ward comes in. They're going to remove all vision of that bush. Taric wants to be able to zone as much as possible, but Miss Fortune now pushing in might actually be able to take this turret if she can get just a few more auto attacks. She needs another creep wave to do so. However, these little traps are scary, especially whenever ganks come in. Mid lane looks like it's getting crushed now by Ronin coming in here. Can he do enough damage? He might actually fall to the creep. No! The creeps were not attacking him, so he was far enough away from the creeps. Oh, and he does get the kill with the bleed damage on Ahri. Not bad at all. Alright, so once again, let's head to the bottom lane. Let's take a look. Oh, actually, Lee Sin top. Now with Ronin doing the attack on mid, he was actually able to get that turret himself, which works out great for him. This frees up Lee Sin to do a little bit of pushing and then just leave his lane. His turret's already down, so nothing left for him to defend. So he can start to roam around and make a difference in the rest of the game, just like Ronin has done. Turret's going to be going down really soon. Leaf Lion just needs one, maybe two more auto attacks, and it should be good to go. Legendary Hero going to be engaged on. There's the ultimate from Miss Fortune. Can it do enough damage? It does. It takes her down. And Farfane is going to be the last one alive. Turret goes down with one more auto attack, and boom, there it is. Double kill for Leaf Lion. So not bad at all. Miss Fortune just pulling out the dominance there with Nunu's auto attack. I mean, so much sustained damage from her at this point. Blue team doing quite well, very far ahead now with double the kills of red. So they just have to keep it up. And Ronin picking up Lee Sin here in the jungle. Can he stay alive here? I don't know. Ronin just needs to get a few more auto attacks off. One more Q. I don't know. He's not getting them low enough. But with... yeah, it looks like he does get the kill. Holy crap, wasn't expecting that. I figured he would have died. What? What is going on? How is he still alive? It's like Malphite just couldn't do enough damage. I was like, there's no way he's going to survive this. But instead he gets a double kill. Damn you, Darius. That is just downright Darius. Downright Darius. Here we go. Blue is now going to use that chance, now that two people are dead, to grab a nice, easy dragon. And run around, maybe even get a kill onto the Caitlyn. She's all by herself. Here, can we get a stun to help out? Oh, actually stunning the right target. Very nicely done. But not gonna save her. Caitlyn goes down, and that puts Taric in a bad situation. Miss bandage toss, Flash goes down. Fellow Baron still dies. That's unfortunate. So Farfane not able to help his team out or survive with even his Flash. Snow getting a little bit low, but he's gonna be good. Warway not able to use anymore. Oh, actually getting stunned right in the middle of that. Horny Yordle picks up the kill on a Warway, but Morden does take out the Amumu as a trade. But still, that's 4 people dead for red team, and blue just continues to snowball further ahead. Mid turret finally gonna go down as Ronan decides to shove that in easily. Only had a few more attacks left on it. And he's just going to continue farming in these creeps, using this AoE from his Q to clean them up very easily. Not worried about getting that turret aggro. Not a lot that the Morden can do to him, as we saw in the last fight. He could not take him down with like no HP at all. And lots of freaking farm up top. Morden's like foaming at the mouth right now. He's like, give me that farm, it's mine. It's all mine, yes. Yes, indeed. I will take it. And he goes from 175 all the way up to 190, approximately. Yep, just about. So not bad, not bad. So this game is looking like it's going to be up to blue team to lose. I mean, they really have to make some big mistakes in order to lose their lead. Now they're going to be going for this Baron. They've got wards in the bush. They're going to start this Baron. It's going to force a fight to happen right now as Amumu comes in to try and force them back. He's just going to zone a little bit. Red team doesn't even know if they are doing it. They have an idea. Jolicious has the potential of stealing it. This could be kind of bad. Ronan gonna be all by himself. Oh, you gotta be careful, man. Oh, and just barely flashing out, but they do grab the Baron. And there's ultimate to kind of push everybody back. They said, screw it. We lost our opportunity. They already grabbed the Baron, and now we just have to back off. And once again, blue team solidifying their lead. Oh, and nice. They actually get a turret. Thank you, creeps. That was not really anything other than creep damage at that point. So blue team looking for a chance to engage. Amumu has ulti up. Okay, so his ultimate is ready to go. If they get into a good position, they could potentially tower dive this, but they really don't need to. They just need to shove this down and do a little bit of poke game. Of course, Caitlyn has stronger poke game, and Warway has a lot of potential to chase people down. So if they dive and they are not successful at killing at least Warway, they're going to be in a bad position because they will get taken down very easily. And there it is. Ultimate goes down on to 2 different people. Amumu hits 4, maybe 3 people. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Horny Yordle doing big damage with his AoE. Only 1 person dies. Misfortune not alive, though. So here is where Warway becomes strong in the chasing. His ultimate is actually not up just yet, so that's not good. Legendary Hero grabs a kill onto Amumu. So far, 2 for 3 trade. If they stay alive here and are able to take down this turret, then that is definitely going to be a good fight for them. Even though they lost 2 people, it's still worth it because they grabbed the turret. Ronan is just making sure Warway does not stick around. He's going to go ahead and zone him out just a bit. Horny Yordle, damage comes in. Turret goes down. There is the pull on a Warway, forcing his ultimate out, which just barely came up. Unfortunately, it wasn't up for that last fight, which would have been very useful, in fact. It's just too bad that Morden decided to full-on engage without Warway's ultimate up. They should have probably tried to just poke down a little bit more. And if you would have watched that little green bubble above her name to see when her ulti was up, that would have been the more opportune time to do that engage. But he thought it was the best and ended up making the wrong decision. Blue team, once again, solidifying their lead even further. And Amumu might just get caught here. Well, no, they don't have enough damage. It's just 2 tanky people versus another tanky person who has a lot of magic resist, in fact. So he's just going to be like crying sadly as no one wants to play with him. Sad, sad Amumu. Alright, this game should be over soon. If they lose 1 more fight, I think that will just completely crush red team's morale. Now, they still have not taken any inhibitors, so the game is definitely not over yet. But, you know, when it comes to solo queue, people's spirits are crushed much more easily. We'll see if they can do anything with a Mumu missing. If they full-on engage right now, well, I don't know, Lee Sin's not there. Once Lee Sin gets in range, if they can engage while a Mumu is not there, they may have a chance to make something happen. But even then, it's going to be a little bit scary. Ronin, very tanky, even has a lot of damage. He's looking for some grabs over the wall, not able to get them. And there you go, Q happening. Who is he going to decide to engage? He actually doesn't engage anyone. Missing the taunt. Warray has nothing left there. Wukong comes in for the ulti, doing big damage. Lethal line takes down Farfane, shuts down Ronin finally. So good job, Warray. Down goes the Malphite. They're cleaning up the rest of the team. That's 4 people dead. Legendary Hero, the only one alive, as Ronin here is the only other person who has died. But that's going to allow them to shove this in. They might actually win the game right here, as that's, let's see, 30 seconds for everyone to come up. They can clean up the inhibitors here easily. They don't have mid or top pushing, so they're going to have to just focus on this one lane right here. I'm not sure if they have what it takes to finish this off. It's going to be close. They have to deal with Legendary Hero. Can Legendary Hero? Oh, they actually decide to surrender. So there it is, folks. That's the end of the game. Thank you for watching. Please join the Cheese Army by subscribing up top. And I'll see you around for the next one.